the soul of our democracy. And so, what the president has done is he has fired Sessions. Now, I have never agreed too much with Sessions. And keep in mind that Sessions was the one who wrote the policy to put children of immigrants in concentration camps. Sessions was also the one who made it clear that he had no love for consent decrees, like the one we needed here in Baltimore. He is also the one who has stood back as in places like Kansas and North Carolina and Florida and Georgia, people were being denied their right to vote. He's the same one. He's the same one who refused to protect us with regard to pre-existing conditions for our health care. But that's not, listen up, that's not why President Trump got rid of him. He got rid of him because he wants to throw a monkey wrench into Mueller's efforts. But we're not going to let that happen. We're not going to let it happen. We have got to act with the urgency of now. And I got to tell you, when I was on my way here, I was telling my staff, I hope some people show up. You all showed up and showed out. Now keep in mind that Mueller is trying to do the best he can to get through this investigation. We should allow him to conduct his investigation and bring his facts to the country, to the Congress, and to all the American people. And even in Trump country, if you look at the results of the election, you will see that even in Trump country, people want fairness. And they're saying nobody's above the law. And they're saying that we all should be treated equally under the law. That's even in Trump country. And so where do we go from here? We have to keep in mind that many, many years ago, our founding fathers created something called the Constitution of the United States of America. And in that Constitution, one of the major things that they did was to give us marching orders. And they gave marching orders to our Congress. And they said, Congress, you are to be a check on the executive branch. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Now, yesterday, the president, in his press conference, said something very interesting about, it sounded like a threat to me, that if we investigate, he's gonna mess with the Senate and sick somebody. I don't know what, you heard him. But let me be clear. Let me be very clear. If every time somebody did not like what one of our public servants did, such as our prosecutors, our judges and others, and they decided to step back, they wouldn't be doing their job. And we have been sworn every 2 years, we put up our hand and we swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States of America. And upholding that Constitution, in upholding it, it means that we must be a check on the executive branch. As I close, let me say this. Mr. Whitaker, the man who President Trump has replaced Sessions with, is a man who made it clear that he believes that he does not believe in this investigation. He's talked about how it should not be funded. In other words, and he basically laid out a plan. He said, get rid of, bring in a new attorney general and don't fund the prosecution. He also said that today that he would not recuse himself in the position that he's in. He doesn't have a choice. He must recuse himself. The reason why I'm running just a few minutes late is I just got off a conference call with all the Democrats, even the new ones that have been elected. And what I told them is this is our moment. Sometimes we go to the difficulty. Sometimes we march to the fight. Ladies and gentlemen, the fight has come to us. And what must we do? We've got to stand up. We got to stand up, and let's understand that this democracy is precious. None of you would probably be here if it were not for this democracy. There's absolutely no way this person here standing talking to you, son of former sharecroppers with a fourth grade education, could rise to the Congress of the United States of America without this democracy. And I am determined that our children must inherit the democracy that we had when we came upon this earth. And they listen up, our children are the living messages we send to a future we will never see. But I want to send a powerful message to them. And that is to our future. And that is in 2018. Some folks gathered around and they said, we are going to stand up for our democracy. They said they were going to skip dinner. Amen. And they were going to come out in the cold. And they were going to march and stand up. They were going to paint signs. They were going to call Congress people. They were going to call on the president to do the right thing. They stood up. And that's the message that we send. And so, to all of my friends, my mother, who died back in February, the last thing she talked about was our right to vote. On her dying bed, at 92, the last word she says to me is, don't let them take our right to vote. Well, we've got a right to vote. We've got to make sure that we keep it strong. We got to make sure we make some corrections in those areas that people are trying to take it away. Yeah. Why am I saying that? I'm saying it because that is one of the pillars of our democracy. And when we look at what the president is trying to do, attacking the FBI, attacking the CIA, attacking the ethics department, attacking our press. Did y'all? Ladies and gentlemen, we got to fight. We got to fight. And so I leave you with this simple point. And that is simply this. We only have a minute. 60 seconds in it, forced upon me. I did not choose it, but I know that I must use it. Suffer if I abuse it. Give account if I lose it. Only a tiny little minute, but eternity is in it. We have to show the world, what democracy is all about. We will not be a part of the hypocritical group. If we're going to go around the world telling people how to live their lives under a democratic system, then we are determined to make sure we are true to that democratic system. And so all I want you to know, I will go to my death because this country has done so much for me and brought me so far. I will go to my death fighting for this democracy. I will give it everything I've got. This is our country. Thank you very much.